Welcome students, myself SC Kunde from Gokhale Education Society's JDC Bitco English Medium High School, Nasik Road. Now I am going to start your new lesson number 5, heat. The first topic from your syllabus, that is latent heat. It is reduced. So I am starting new topic, that is regelation. Now what is exactly the regelation? Regelation is the phenomenon of melting under pressure and freezing when the pressure is reduced. We can demonstrate regelation by looping a fine wire around a block of ice with a heavy weight attached to it. It is given in your textbook. Here, preparation of an ice ball or snowball. An ice slab is shredded and then the shredded ice is pressurized around the tip of a stick to prepare the ice ball. Take a small slab of ice, a thin wire, two identical weights. Put a slab of ice on a stand as shown in the figure. Hang two equal weights to the two ends of a metal wire and put the wire on the slab as shown in the figure. What do you observe? It is observed that the wire gradually penetrates the ice slab. After some time, the wire comes out of the lower surface of the ice slab. However, the ice slab does not break. The phenomenon in which the ice converts into liquid due to applied pressure and then reconverts to ice once the pressure is removed is called regelation. The melting point of ice becomes lower than 0 degrees Celsius due to pressure. This means that at 0 degrees Celsius the ice converts into water. As soon as the pressure is removed, the melting point is restored to 0 degrees Celsius and water gets converted into ice again. Next topic is anomalous behavior of water. Water exhibits the unique property of contracting upon cooling only until 4 degrees Celsius, after which it starts expanding. That is, density decreases and volume increases. Before 4 degrees Celsius, when it is contracting, the water molecule move to the bottom, but after 4 degrees Celsius, when it is expanding, the water rises to the surface. Anomalous behavior of water. When a liquid is heated up to a certain temperature, it expands, and when it cools, it contracts. Water, however, shows a special and exceptional behavior. If we heat water from 0 degree Celsius up to 4 degrees Celsius, it contracts instead of expanding. At 4 degrees Celsius, its volume is minimum due to contraction. If the water is heated further, it expands and its volume increases. The behavior of water between its temperature from 0 degrees Celsius to 4 degrees Celsius is called anomalous behavior of water. If 1 kilogram of water is heated from 0 degrees Celsius and its volume is plotted as a function of temperature, we get the graph shown in the diagram. At 4 degrees Celsius, the volume of water is minimum. It means that the density of water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. The anomalous behavior of water can be studied with Hope's apparatus. In Hope's apparatus, a flat bowl is attached to a cylindrical container as shown in the figure. There is provision to attach thermometer above to measure temperature T2 and below to measure the temperature T1. The flat bowl on the cylindrical container water is filled in the cylindrical container and a mixture of ice and salt is put in the flat bowl. During the study of anomalous behavior of water using Hope's apparatus, temperature T2 and T1 are recorded after 30 seconds. The temperature are plotted on the y-axis and the time in minutes on the x-axis. The graph is shown in the diagram. The graph shows that initially both the temperature T1 and T2 are identical. As time passes, temperature T1 of water in the lower part of the cylinder decreases fast, while temperature T2 of water in the upper part of the cylinder decreases comparatively slow. However, once the temperature T1 of the lower part reaches 4 degrees Celsius, it remains almost stable at that temperature. T2 decreases slowly to 4 degrees Celsius. Thereafter, since T2 starts changing rapidly, it records 0 degrees Celsius first, and after that the lower thermometer T1 records 0 degrees Celsius temperature. The point of intersection of the two curves shows the temperature of maximum density. How can we explain these observations? Initially, the temperature of water in the middle of cylinder lowers due to freezing mixture in the outer bowl, since the temperature of water there decreases. Its volume decreases and its density increases. Therefore, the lower thermometer T1 shows rapid fall in temperature, and this continues till the temperature of water becomes equal to 4 degrees Celsius. When the temperature of water starts decreasing below 4 degrees Celsius, its volume increases and density decreases. It therefore moves in the upward direction. The temperature of water in upper part T2 therefore decreases rapidly to 0 degrees Celsius. The temperature of water in the lower part T1 however remains at 4 degrees Celsius for some time and then decreases slowly to 0 degree Celsius. Next topic is dew point and humidity. About 71% surface of the earth is covered with water. Due to the constant evaporation of water, water vapor is always present in the atmosphere. The amount of water vapor in the atmosphere helps us to understand the state of daily weather. The presence of water vapor in the air makes it moist. The moisture in the atmosphere is called humidity. For a given volume of air at a specific temperature, there is a limit on how much water vapor the air can contain. If the amount exceeds this limit, the excess vapor converts into water droplet. When the air contains maximum possible water vapor, it is said to be saturated with vapor at that temperature. The amount of vapor needed to saturate the air depends on temperature of the air. If air temperature is low, it will need less vapor to saturate the air. Suppose unsaturated air at a certain temperature is taken and its temperature is decreased. A temperature is reached at which the air becomes saturated with vapor. This temperature is called dew point. The mass of vapor present in a unit volume of air is called absolute humidity. Generally, absolute humidity is measured in kilogram per meter cube. The ratio of actual mass of vapor contained in the air for a given volume and temperature to that required to make the air saturated with vapor at that temperature. It's called the relative humidity. During winter season, you may have observed a white trail at the back of a flying plane in a clear sky. As the plane flies, the vapor released by the aeroplane engine condenses and forms clouds. If the surrounding air is having more relative humidity, it takes a long time for the white trail formed by condensation of the vapor to disappear. If relative humidity of the surrounding air is less, either the size of white trail may be small or it may not even get formed. Unit of heat. The unit of heat are joule in SI unit, calorie in Celsius unit. The amount of heat necessary to raise temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius from 14.5 degree Celsius to 15.5 degree Celsius is called 1 calorie heat. Similarly, the amount of heat necessary to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water by 1 degree Celsius from 14.5 degree Celsius to 15.5 degree Celsius is called 1 kilocalorie heat. Specific heat capacity. Specific heat capacity is defined as the quantity of heat energy required to raise the temperature of unit mass of the substance through 1 degree Celsius. It is usually denoted with degree Celsius. Its unit in Celsius is calorie per gram. Now here example is given. Take 3 spheres of iron, copper and lead of equal mass. Put all the 3 spheres in boiling water in the beaker for some time. Take the 3 spheres out of the boiling water. All the spheres will be at temperature 100 degree Celsius. Put them immediately on the thick slab of wax. Note the depth that each of the sphere goes into the wax. The sphere which absorb more heat from the water will give more heat to wax. More wax will thus melt and the sphere will go deeper in the wax. It can be observed that the iron sphere goes deepest into the wax. Lead sphere goes the least and copper sphere goes to intermediate depth. This shows that for equal rise in temperature, the 3 spheres have absorbed different amount of heat. This means that the property which determines the amount of heat absorbed by a sphere is different for the 3 spheres. This property is called specific heat capacity. See in this table, specific heat of some substances are given. Learn it. Then, if specific heat of an object is C, the mass of the object is m, and if the temperature of the object raised by delta T, the heat energy absorbed by the object is given by m into C into delta T. In this way, if specific heat of an object is C, the mass of the object is m, and if the temperature of the object is decreased by delta T degree Celsius, then the heat energy lost by the object will be m into C into delta T. Heat exchange. If heat is exchanged between a hot and cold object, the temperature of the cold object goes on increasing due to gain of energy, and the temperature of the hot object goes on decreasing due to loss of energy. The change in temperature continues till the temperature of both the objects attain the same value. In this process, the cold object gains heat energy and the hot object losses heat energy. If the system of both the objects is isolated from the environment by keeping it inside a heat resistance box, then no energy can flow from inside the box or come into the box. Measurement of specific heat and calorimeter. The specific heat of an object can be measured using mixing method. For this, calorimeter is used. You have learned about calorimeter in the previous standard. If a hot solid object is put in the water in a calorimeter, heat exchange between the hot object and the water and calorimeter starts. This continues till the temperature of the solid objects, water and the calorimeter become equal. Now observe this